because it's the reason I love here for the England, because the rain is very different from China. The place I used to stay. I think the rain is a part of the England. If the England without the rain, I think it's not actually called the England. So, you live here for so long time. So what do you think about that?
The rain
Yeah.
the rain is part of the British psyche. It's part of the soul of Britain, and it feeds the rivers, and it makes things grow, and it makes mud, and it makes sludge, and we live in rain. I mean, we just grow up with rain, and yeah, as you say, it is part of what Britain is about. It's a very wet, green place.
So what do you feel about that? Is you like it or you hate it or something?
I don't like it or hate it. I think sometimes it's really nice. Sometimes when it's very soft rain, it's really nice. Sometimes it's very it washes things clean, and it can make you feel really nice. Sometimes it can make you very cold and very uncomfortable things. So
yeah,
it changes.
I like the smell after rain.
Yeah.
In the grass.
Absolutely.
It's very fresh.
The smell of rain on the grass is really nice. But also another one that you might have smelled is when the rain lands on pavements and stones that have been hot, when they've been hot by the sun. Then afterwards you get this really nice smell. And so, I mean, I grew up on a farm. My dad was a farmer. So rain was very important because that's what makes the crops grow. But it also makes mud. So my mother was constantly trying to keep the mud out of the house. And we were surrounded by mud because of all the tractors going by. And we had to wear Wellingtons all the time because the mud was this deep. And that's because of the rain. And the cows had mud up to here from walking. So, I grew up in a very wet, muddy place.
So you have a lot of memory when you was young, your childhood.
Yeah, I mean, rain and my childhood, I mean, one of the things I remember a lot is because we had cows, as I said, so at 5 o'clock in the morning or something, we would go and milk the cows, my dad and I, because I'm the oldest son. And so we'd go and milk the cows, and the rain would come down sometimes, and the cows are very big and they're quite hot, so they steam. So you get this steam.
Really?
So when you got like 50 cows together in a shed, or there wasn't a shed, in a kind of shelter in the field, they get really hot and they make lots of heat, and you see these cows staring at you with steam coming slowly up like that, all chewing. So yeah, rain, and then in rain also I went to school in the north of England in a place called Cumbria, where there were lots of hills, the Lake District around there, and we, as school children, we would be given somewhere to get to by map, so we'd be released onto the moor, and we had to navigate with a map to a certain place. And sometimes the rain would come down, and it would be quite horrible. It would be you get very cold, get very wet, and walking, with wet clothes would make your legs hurt because the cloth would rub against your skin. So sometimes it's nasty. But then of course you've got water in the Lake District just cascading down the sides of the hills. So it can be very beautiful. Waterfalls are fantastic, aren't they?
How about now? What do you feel like the rain? It's hard for your work?
Well, the rain for my work is not good. Film-wise, it's not good, is it? It's difficult to film in the rain. The rain is interesting. It's different in the city. It's different because it lands on the concrete, and it just makes you think, I don't want to go out. It's horrible. And it runs down the buildings, and it makes the roads slippery, and I don't like it so much in the... It's nice in the countryside, but it's not so nice in the city.
Yeah.
It's different. And you know, the thing about rain in Britain, there's so many different words for it. Did you know?
No.
Do you know mizzle?
I know. What's
Mizzle.
Do
Do you know that word?
I know drizzle, rain.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
mizzle is different from drizzle. There's drizzle, which is light rain, and then there's mizzle, which is like a mist.
Mist.
If you can imagine spraying like with an aerosol,
Like a fog.
Like fog.
not quite like that, a bit wetter than that,
Okay.
and it makes your hair kind of wet,
Ah, I know that.
like you're inside
kind
a
of.
cloud or something like that. That's called mizzle.
It will be happening in the spring.
Sometimes, yeah. Anytime, yeah, really. But, so you have mizzle, and then in Scotland they have a special word for, you know, when it's a grey, wet day, the weather in Scotland is called dreich. Do you know that? That's dreich.
That's not English.
It's Scottish.
Scottish.
It's dreich.
How to pronounce?
You say dreich. So it's D-R-I-E-C-H, but in the old Scottish language you roll with the R, so it's dreich.
Can never do that.
I can't to make my toe like that.
C'est dreich.
So you can speak Russian because you can make their toe like that.
There's a lot of in Russian.
Yeah, but I can't.
Россия.
So how, if you to describe the rain, you will use 3 words. How, which words you want to use?
Globular,
Globular.
splatter, and life-giving.
So
You know,
basically all positive, right?
well, yeah, we need rain. I've been to Oman when there is no rain at all in the Persian Gulf, and it's 50 degrees. They need rain. They need water. We all need water then.
And sometimes when I was young, I'm very scared about the rain with the storm and some and
The
thunder.
thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about you?
Okay, well, I can tell you something amazing, right? When I was about maybe 7 or 8 years old, we lived in this big farmhouse, and there was a really big thunderstorm, and there was thunder and lightning flashes, and I was scared. And I got out of my bed and I went along the corridor, which was a long, thin corridor. It was a very big house. And it was quite a long, frightening corridor. It was a bit like being in a horror film. Lightning in. It belonged to my parents' bedroom. And I opened the door because I was frightened. And my dad was sitting on the window sill. And my dad had quite long hair. Long white hair, so his hair was all out like this, and he was just watching the storm. And every time the lightning flashed, he lit up because his hair was crazy. So he looked like a kind of mad person in the window. And I sat on his knee,